Hey everyone, so we are back in Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, and I'm actually feel good. Feel good. So first things first, the map. Cleared out literally everything that I could, aside from, of course, the obvious collectibles like chests and animus fragments. I can't get this fort just yet because it is unavailable. It is tied to a mission within the story, so I can't do it early. That's always fun. But as you can see, everything else is done. I can't finish this because I need that other fort, and I can't do like two of these two of them. It's this one here and this one here because I don't have the diving bell yet, and the jackdaw is upgraded to the max without the elite parts like the hull, cannons, so on and so forth. And I have a lot of money. That's always nice. So we're just gonna go right into Nassau right now, and I'm gonna continue the story. So I hope you guys enjoy and take care.
Libertalia, eh? Stinks the same as every other squat I've robbed this past year.
Oi, oi. Why the long face? You fallen in love?
With your blows. You're welcome to Nassau, gents. Everyone is that does their fair share.
Fair share? What is this, a fucking monastery?
We was led to believe that Nassau was a place where men did as they pleased.
Safe keeping others from doing the same. Aye.
Captain Thatch, as I live and breathe. What is this magnificent muzzle you've cultivated, eh?
Why fly a black flag when a black beard will do? What brings you two gents this far north?
The word is, Cuban governor himself is fixing to receive a mess of gold from a nearby fort. Until then, it's just sitting there, itching to be took.
Governor Torres himself, eh? Sounds promising.
Welcome to Nassau, Captain Vane. Mr. Rackham.
Now, where can a man find a bit of rough? Do you know what I mean?
Let's go! So handy, me boy, so handy. Why can't she be so handy? Oh, handy, me boy, so handy. Oh, up aloft this goes. Oh, just here. Go west, old ship that ever did sail. Sailed on an errand on a windy day. And we're waiting for the day. We are outward bound. I dreamed a dream the other night. Now you're ready to sail for the horn. Where, oh, I'm bully in the alley. Way, bully in Bully in the alley, bully down the now.
So, what'll you do with your share of the gold we take from Governor Torres? Return to Africa, prince among men.
I cannot return to a place I've never been. I was born in Trinidad, a slave from my first breath.
Ah. But wouldn't you feel, I don't know, more welcome there?
As you might feel more welcome in Paris.
Fair point.
With this skin and this voice, where can I go in the world and feel at ease? This country here is my best chance. This country called Jackdaw, where I know the names of all citizens and they know mine, and we work together. Not always out of love, but to keep our country afloat.
I understand you. Let's take her then. For the citizens of Jackdaw!
Give the order, sir! They're hitters, sir! Rifles ready! Just say the word, Cap. Refit, all top! Bring them up! Fire! Fire! There's a good shot! Fire! Get the main! He's vulnerable there, Captain! Fire! Fire! There's a good shot to cripple her!
Finish the job!
Swim us off the wind!
Muzzle that duck, my trunks!
Get the mainsails into the wind! Loose all, let's move!
Loose tops and royals!
Ease off the wind!
Stunsails in! Crew up!
Get them along! Down all sail!
Hands up with a will!
Well, hello, Your Excellency. I'd got word you might be here.
I know your face, pirate, but your name was borrowed the last time we spoke.
Ah, yes, I recall. Mr. Duncan Walpole. I missed that one. So, what's a Templar Grand Master doing so far from his Castillo?
I'd rather not say.
And I'd rather not cut your lips off and feed him to you.
2 years ago, we offered a reward for the sage's recapture. Today, someone claims to have found him. This gold is his ransom.
Who found him?
A slaver by the name of Lawrence Prince. He lives in Kingston.
We like this story, Torres. And we want to help you finish it. But we're going to do it our way. Using you and your gold.
I can keep the heat up.
Morning's quiet. All weather there, Captain! Starboard cover! Survivor! Look, Captain! Put a shot right through there!
Hey!
Ready to fire! Ready to fire, sir!
Ready to... We're going to hit them!
Seems you could use a little help disappearing, friend.
Captain,
Unfold, mates! Let's move!
Come on, hit the bastards! Fire! Not good enough! Fire! We can pull and take out! That fail one's fine! Don't hit it, Ring! This folder in!
Captain!
Loose all and crimps out to the wind. Haul in the stunsail. Grappling hooks away. Let's surprise.
Un blanco claro.
Keep my deck clear! We have a news! yourself for collision!
Please tell me what is this
Carbon,
tale?
past the one! Adrift in the road! Cruiser, eat her stick! Fire! Loose and catch the wind! Awaiting orders! Haul it in! Get off the wind! Mains out! Let's go!
Nail off the loose main!
Haul down and crew up!
Pull! Pull all sail! Do you hear the news? Captain,
Loose main sails!
Here's how it goes. Torres meets with Prince, carrying a portion of the ransom, saying the rest is close behind. When we see the Sage, you bring in the rest of the gold, make the swap, and get out. I'll be watching all from close by.
No, Kenmer, you run this scheme alone, at the risk of losing the faith of your crew. It makes me ill to think of you bartering with that wretched slaver.
Come on, mate. Once we have the Sage, we'll all be rich.
Not if young Master Kid gets to him first.
Kid? Jesus. That lad's here to kill him.
Edward, what the hell are you doing here?
I'm tailing these men to the Sage. Can you hold off till he appears?
The Sage is here.
Aye. And Prince is leading us straight to him.
All right, Jesus. I'll stay my blade for a time, but not long.
Broke poor man's head.
How long has it been since our last meeting, Senor Prince? A year?
Near 18 months. You first described this Roberts fellow to me in November of 1715.
Round to Charlestown, Plymouth, the Guinea and back. Not see you for a 12-month then. Best enjoy the fortnight while we can.
Ah, see. Much has changed in that short time, you know. None called me governor, for instance, where I quit that post last year.
Ah, I was not aware.
So many churches in Kingston. Have the English at last taken to converting their slaves to the Christian faith?
Ah! Convert them? God knows, Torres. There's none here so foolish as that.
Foolish? How do you mean?
Is it not a sin to enslave a fellow Christian? Therefore, to transmute a slave's soul from animal to man would be tantamount to inviting one's cattle to the dinner table.
Forgive my impatience, but how far is it then?
We're nearly there.
Stand your ground, slave, and face corporal punishment like a man. Why act like a man now, when you have denied me that right for 30 years?
I find your bearing appalling, Prince. I believe all thinking, feeling men deserve respect and opportunity.
Ah, you Spaniards. Your long ties to the Moors have diluted your blood and softened your hearts.
This is not to say I believe in the natural equality of all races or sexes. Surely men with talent and intelligence should lead. But there is no true profit to be gained by the practice of slavery. In the short term, it makes us money, see. But in the long term, it will render us the victims of our own success.
Ah, but you and I, sir, old as we are, will not live to see that unfortunate day. So why bother? Watch for your step, boy!
For virtue, if nothing else.
Virtue? Oh, Torres. I have no wish to waste my day chattering about slaves and their pitiable condition. Let us conclude this transaction, then celebrate as friends. Other stories about you, true, sir. You were a governor in Florida for a time.
See. I am one of a number of civil servants in my family. A long line of politicians.
I have always toyed with the idea of entering politics myself. Only I feel I have too much money and not enough years.
Speaking of stories, Prince, I've heard it said you were with Henry Morgan the day he sacked Panama. 1671, was it?
Oh, it's all true, yes. But let us not overesteem the honors forged and won on the battlefield. That skirmish was a deadly one, and a tremendous waste of coin and resources. It wasn't until many years after that I sheathed my sword in favor of a far safer and yet more profitable venture. About you, Crucial. You were a governor in Florida for a time.
I am one of a number of civil servants in my family. A long line of politicians.
I have always toyed with the idea of entering politics myself. Only I feel I have too much money and not enough years. Other stories about you, too, sir. You were a governor in Florida for a time.
See. I am one of a number of civil servants in my family. A long line of politicians.
I have always toyed with the idea of entering politics myself. Only I feel I have too much money and not enough years.
Speaking of stories, Prince, I've heard it said you were with Henry Morgan the day he sacked Panama. 1671, was it?
Oh, it's all true, yes. But let us not overesteem the honors forged and won on the battlefield. That skirmish was a deadly one, and a tremendous waste of coin and resources. It wasn't until many years after that I sheathed my sword in favor of a far safer and yet more profitable venture. Capital and resources. That's where money is made. And so, let me tell you.
Don't bloody lose me! You can't outrun me!
It wasn't until many years after that I... Other stories about you, too, sir. You were a governor in Florida for a time.
See. I am one of a number of civil servants in my family. A long line of politicians.
I have always toyed with the idea of entering politics myself. Only I feel I have too much money and not enough years.
Speaking of stories, Prince, I've heard it said you were with Henry Morgan the day he sacked Panama. 1671, was it?
Oh, it's all true, yes. But let us not overesteem the honors forged and won on the battlefield. That skirmish was a deadly one, and a tremendous waste of coin and resources. It wasn't until many years after that I sheathed my sword in favor of a far safer and yet more profitable venture. Capital and resources. That's where money is made. And sir, let me tell you, honor 4 is more enjoyable than honor 1, if a touch less permanent. You say you came alone, Horace?
Not alone, but certainly without problems. I took passage aboard a British merchant's brig.
Ah.
Now's the time.
No. Not until we see the sage.
Here's a quiet spot. I'll see the money.
This is a portion of the ransom. The rest is close at hand.
It pains me to traffic someone of my own race for profit, Mr. Torres. Tell me again, what has this Roberts fellow done to upset you?
Is this some form of Protestant piety I'm not familiar with?
Perhaps another day.
What?
Next time, see to it that we are not followed. Deal with this!
You cocked up my kill, Kenway.
For a better cause.
You lost your chance, man. I'm going after Prince.
Kid, no! Jim, stop!
Not this time, Kenway.
Come on, man! We can work this together!
You have your chance.
Stay your blade, kid! Wait! Jim, stop!
Damn you, old strat! Keep your natty hands off me!
I can't let you kill those men, kid. Not until I found the sage.
I've been stalking that pig for a week now, charting his moves, and here I find not one but two of my targets, and you rob me of both.
Patience, man. You have your kills.
When I locate the sage, you're helping me take Prince. Got that?
Wouldn't you prefer meeting in a pub?
I came to Kingston chasing a target. Getting pissed ain't a priority.
We could work together on this, you know. It's Lawrence Prince you're after. I want his prisoner.
We're after the sage as well, Edward. Careful who you cross.
May the best man win.
There's guards patrolling that property from end to end. Looks to me like they use bells to signal trouble. See there? We'll want to disable those before pushing too far. With so many men about, we can't rely on stealth alone, so... I'll do what I can to distract and draw their attention, giving you a chance to cut them down. Ready?
Your name's not James, is it?
Not most days. Come on. If you see Prince before I do, kill him, and there'll be a bit of coin in it for you. All right?
Damn, man. How is it you're a woman?
Christ, Edward. Is that something that needs explaining? Now, I'm here to do a job. I'll let you be amused later.
Hold you! Stop now!
Where is Master Prince? Hasn't come out of his manor all day. Well, it would, wouldn't it? Imagine that.
Hurry!
Hold there! Like, just have to pull the trigger!
Get on this blind side! On both flanks.
Hold there! Oh, rouse yourselves, you
He's over there!
You really think they won't catch Help! Hold! Stand your ground!
Please, I've been shot. I need aid.
Christ, Thompson, look at her. She's hurt.
Dreadfully, sir. I'm poorly.
All right,
I'm faint.
take an arm, lass.
Bless you, lads.
Prince says to keep your eyes peeled tonight. Says there's some men about bent on making trouble.
I'll spread the word. Something, boy. This ain't no time for chatter, you hear?
I ain't sir. You got no quarrel with me.
You keep those goddamned eyes on the cane, all right? Look up once more, it'll be the last damn thing you ever see.
No problem here, sir. I'm working as best I can.
Put your back into it, mongrel.
Clear shot! Come it!
A pity for you, then. You are the most inarticulate bugger I've ever met.
Sorry, man. Right.
Why hang over me like a leering crow? To see an old man suffer?
You've caused no small portion of suffering yourself, Mr. Prince. Retribution, I suppose.
You absurd cutthroats and your precious philosophy. You live in the world, but you cannot make it move.
You mistake my motive, old man. I'm only after a bit of coin.
As was I, lad. As was I.
Heads up, Kenway! I found your man!
I remember you. The Templar from Havana.
I'm no Templar, mate. That was just a ruse. We've come here to save your ass from this slaver.
Save me? I work for Mr. Prince.
Well, then he's a poor man to call master. He meant to sell you out to the Templars.
Oh, you can't trust anyone, it seems.
Roberts!
Move, Kenway! Run!
Both flight.
Bastards in the sights! You get back here.
Got your lined up, dog. I got a shot.
I think I can hit him! You won't lose us, they're already dead!
Help me, damn it!
Something about it! Help! Intruder! I need some help here!
Rouse yourselves, you dollar!
Lost your man again, did you?
Aye. Roberts is a devil with a queer aversion to kindness. I suppose that's 2 men I've lost today. So, what's your real name, lass?
Mary Reed to my mum. And them I call friends. But not a word of it to anyone. Or I'll unman you as well.